Hello and welcome. Let's take a moment together to explore an idea that might bring more ease and joy to our lives. In today's fast-paced world, where time seems to race by and we're constantly encouraged to consume more, there's another way to live, a simpler, slower way. We call it leisurely living. While it may sound modest, this idea carries a profound power, especially for those of us who've lived through many seasons of life, experienced growth, and now seek something calmer and more meaningful. As we grow older, our view of material possessions often shifts. When we were younger, society taught us to equate success with accumulation. We were surrounded by messages telling us that happiness and worth were tied to having more. Ads encouraged us to chase the latest and greatest, more clothes, bigger homes, faster cars. The message was clear: owning more would make us more. But as the years pass, many of us begin to question these beliefs. We start to see that true happiness doesn't come from what we own. The constant pursuit of more can feel hollow, like a cycle we never agreed to join. Yet, this is the foundation of modern materialism. It's designed to keep us buying, convincing us that the newest gadget or luxury is the key to fulfillment. But deep down, we know this isn't true. Our souls yearn for something deeper. For those who remember quieter times, the constant buzz of today's consumer-driven world can feel overwhelming. But we're not trapped. At any moment, we can choose to step back, slow down, and embrace a life that values simplicity and intention over excess. Years ago, I made a decision that changed my life. I sold my big house and moved onto a narrowboat. If you've ever seen one, you know they're small, about 50 feet long and just a few feet wide. Living on a narrowboat meant I had to let go of most of my belongings. I couldn't take everything with me, so I had to decide what truly mattered. At first, the process felt daunting. I had accumulated so much over the years: boxes of items I hadn't touched in decades, kitchen gadgets I didn't even remember owning. Did I really need 5 coffee makers? But as I began to let things go, I noticed something remarkable. I felt lighter, both physically and emotionally. The more I let go, the freer I felt. Moving into a small space with only the essentials brought an incredible sense of clarity and peace. It was as though I had been carrying a heavy weight for years without realizing it. Letting go of all that clutter allowed me to finally breathe. You don't need to move to a narrowboat to experience this freedom. Take a look around your home. Open your closets, your garage, your kitchen drawers. Start with the things you don't use or need. Donate them, give them to someone who can use them, or simply let them go. The act of decluttering can bring a surprising sense of relief. As your surroundings become simpler, you may notice your thoughts following suit. A clear space can lead to a clear mind, making room for the things that truly matter. This shift isn't about rejecting capitalism. When balanced, capitalism serves us well. It allows businesses to create goods and services that improve our lives. I'm happy to pay a baker a little more for the effort they put into making a fresh loaf of bread. That's fair, and it's how the system should work. The trouble begins when we consume mindlessly, buying things not because we need them, but because we've been conditioned to believe we should. It's easy to fall into this pattern, chasing trends, upgrading for the sake of upgrading, filling our lives with things that don't bring lasting value. With age, we often gain the wisdom to see that we don't need most of what we once thought essential. Life isn't about owning the newest gadget or wearing the most expensive clothes. It's about meaningful connections, unforgettable experiences, and the quiet moments that ground us in who we are. Choosing to live more simply, to embrace a slower, less materialistic lifestyle, may feel like going against the grain. Most people are caught in the rhythm of consumerism, constantly moving, buying, and chasing. But stepping away from that cycle can be a profound act of self-care, a way to reclaim your time, energy, and sense of purpose. When you decide to live a simpler life, you start to see the world in a new way. Without the constant desire for more things, you begin to notice the smaller, often overlooked details. The sound of leaves rustling gently in the breeze, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the moments of quiet reflection become more prominent in your day. These are the kinds of things that can bring a deep sense of peace and satisfaction, things that can't be bought, but are far richer than anything money can provide. Living simply doesn't mean denying yourself the things you enjoy. Instead, it's about making conscious choices, focusing on what truly brings you happiness, and letting go of everything else. It's not about chasing after a life that you think you need or that society tells you to pursue. It's about living in a way that allows you to enjoy the present moment without being preoccupied with the next big thing. At first, living this way can feel isolating. You might feel out of place when your friends and family don't understand your decision to adopt a more minimalist lifestyle. They might question your choices, or even think you've given up on something important. But over time, the peace and contentment you gain from living simply will become undeniable. You'll find that you don't need as much, and that the slower pace of life offers something much more valuable, a deeper sense of happiness. One way to cultivate this simpler life is by connecting with nature. Start a garden, whether it's a small space for flowers or a vegetable patch. Revisit an old hobby you once loved but never had the time for, or dive into a book you've been meaning to read. When you eliminate the distractions of constantly purchasing and consuming, you create space for these simple pleasures. These small joys can nourish your soul for much longer than any material possession ever could. Living slowly doesn't require sacrificing everything you own. It's about being mindful of your choices and focusing on what truly matters to you. It's about enjoying the life you already have, rather than constantly striving for something you think you need. In the beginning, it may feel like you're stepping outside the norm. Your decision to slow down and live with less may be met with confusion or even criticism from those around you. But over time, the calm and contentment you exude will speak volumes. Others may start to see the benefits of your lifestyle and question their own choices. As you embrace this slower pace, you'll find that you have more time for the people who matter most. In a world that constantly demands our attention through work, technology, and the pursuit of material things, it's easy to forget the importance of relationships. But by living simply, you open up space to spend time with loved ones. Whether it's sharing a quiet evening, enjoying a meal together, or just having a meaningful conversation, these moments become more significant. Slowing down also provides an opportunity for introspection and personal growth. When you quiet the noise of the outside world, it becomes easier to hear your own thoughts. You can reflect on your goals, values, and what truly brings you happiness. You might begin to realize that you have the power to shape your life intentionally, rather than simply reacting to the expectations of others. Of course, embracing a simpler life isn't always easy. It takes courage to break away from the expectations of society and define what happiness looks like for you. But the rewards are worth the effort. When you have less, you realize that you are more. Striving for less leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment and a richer experience of life. Remember, living simply is a process, not an overnight transformation. You don't need to radically change your life all at once. Start small, with simple steps. Maybe today, you choose to take an hour-long walk outside instead of scrolling through your phone. Or perhaps this month, you decide to only buy what you truly need. Every step you take towards simplicity is a step in the right direction. Ultimately, slow living isn't just about reducing your possessions or consumption. It's about being fully present in each moment embracing life with intention, and savoring what truly matters. It's about seeing life not as a series of things to acquire or achieve, but as a collection of moments to appreciate and cherish. The more you walk this path, the more you'll realize that the happiness you seek isn't found in the latest gadget or the next shopping spree. It has always been with you, hidden in the quiet moments, in the simplicity of life itself. Thanks for watching. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Your support means the world to me. Take care, and remember, sometimes less is truly more.